Hi, Bradley. I spoke the truth, Bradley. So I'll be talking to you this afternoon, Bradley. Don't think nothing. Reduction. So we had to reduce that. Right now it is coming down to prudential levels. Because as Titus said, this other guy is spontaneity, reckless. He cannot think things through. He doesn't think for tomorrow. But if Philippe J. steady and steady as you go. 4 years of positive economic growth. Oh, well, St. Jude, over. So I will not talk about it. Well, you see, when we get the debt, free healthcare for 80 plus. But every day I pass on the waterfront, I'm seeing progressive GPH. Now you notice they're not talking about GPH anymore. Because Is It True said, if they win, which is a pipe dream, they will go to GPH and try to get them to sponsor the tuition, payment of payment, but we're not so. We prudent management. We're starting their bursaries for students going up. We have started with the nurses, so we're paying for them. And gradually, as the economy improves, you will see Philippe J. the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philippe J. doing more. Halls of Justice, oh, every time you pass there, you see that crane there? Oh, man. Battle relay. TVET schools. Now, I have a clip to play. Maybe I'll play this afternoon if Shelton permits me. Renovation of wellness centers under construction in Larissos. Imagine that, These guys were so wicked. You have grant financing. Ladies and gentlemen, grant finance is not a loan. Money they give you to build a wellness center. You will not do it because it's shown again. So you will starve the people of Larissos of healthcare. I mean, people of Larissos, if you go and vote for UWP, I think you have brain damage. The man, almost 6 years, he refused to build a hospital because it was represented by, the constituency represented by Sean again. By your sex, But we're doing that because we're not vindictive and we're not stupid, we're doing that. First generation scholarships, 1 university graduate per household, Unipass, grants to help support undergraduate students in the time of need. You could get a grant of up to $10,000. Reinstatement of the subvention to the St. Lucia National Trust. Imagine that. You see, them fellas don't like our patrimony, When you're a foreigner, you cannot understand that. That is why they destroyed Radio St. Lucia. That is why these fellas went and they signed away 1,000 acres of land. And now this guy from Choiseul, the ponytail guy with his ring comb, all over the place saying the so-called principal line. I lying, Bradley, I go talk to you this afternoon. The distress fund reinstatement. The abolition of the Belrose Doctrine. You notice everything about these fellas is Belrose Doctrine. But we'll discuss that in a while. Unemployment down 8.8%. Facilities fees paid for all students. Forced EXC subjects. Proper housing for vendors in Castries. Injection of over 84 million. Now the list can go on and on. I will rest there. What I promise you, I will update the list and I will circulate it so all of us can know and can be aware of what is happening in our country. Okay? Now, what I'll do now, I will just branch off to infrastructure. Let me get the correct. Wow. Yeah, let me get the correct one, Nigel. Video 4. Video 4. Let's go. I'll pause there. Video 4.
Minister for Infrastructure, Stevenson King, has announced that St. Lucia has received an official invitation from the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, to travel to Washington, D.C. this October. The purpose of the visit is to formalize crucial loan agreements and hold high-level meetings concerning the much-anticipated Julian R. Hunt Highway project. The twin agreements, including a US $20 million loan from the OPEC Fund and a US $13 million loan from the Kuwait Fund. Together, the financing is expected to mark a major milestone in the advancement of one of the island's most transformative road projects to date.
Those two agreements, one, the agreement for a loan of some $20 million US to be obtained from the OPEC Fund. The OPEC Fund met recently and approved that amount of US $20 million for a part of the Julian R. Hunt Highway. Also, the Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development has also agreed and approved a loan of 4 million KDs, equivalent to 13.092 million US dollars, for the remainder of the road.
The minister says that significant progress is being made on the Norbe and Vesikwe bypass road, with substantial upgrades to the roadway now well underway. The minister confirmed that the long-anticipated improvements are actively transforming the area.
Work has started on the Vesikwe-Norbe-Corinth Road in anticipation of the approval by both the Kuwaiti Fund and, of course, the OPEC Fund. You would have seen along that route from the Moshi Road leading through Vesikwe-Norbe and into Corinth, a tremendous amount of work has been undertaken in the last 2 to 3 weeks. We have seen the realignment of the road in numerous locations. We have seen the expansion of the road, meaning that the width of the road has been improved, making it a lot more attractive and comfortable for motorists to navigate. And we are seeing measures being taken to ensure road safety in that regard.
Plans are underway for the construction of a new road in Choiseul Saltibus, which has been an issue for residents for some time.
For some time now, the people of Gaiabois, Saltibus, and those areas in Choiseul have been complaining. We have already set aside some resources for the commencement of work in Gaiabois. We will deal first and foremost with the upper reaches of Gaiabois, which is the most dangerous part. And the reason for this is because the previous government, and that when I speak of previous, it was the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party in 2015 thereabout, commenced some work and did put in some drainage. However, because of rains, a lot of that, the actual road itself has eroded while the drains stood out. So we'll be undertaking to do that road.
The minister confirmed plans for a new roadway linking the Grosile district to the west coast, noting that construction will commence only after the completion of the Julian R. Hunt Highway. For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.
We had secured the finance. The loan was approved. The plans were approved to construct the Castries-Grosile Highway. When the United Workers' Party came into government, they cancelled the loan. And today, you hear these hypocrites talking about the Grosile Highway. The same highway that hypocrites, the same highway that they stopped, the same highway that they told the Kuwaiti government they do not want the money to build it. Now they're talking about potholes and roads.
Are you serious?
They hypocrite. They hypocrite.
Yes, my friends, when Dr. Anthony demitted office, I've played it for you. He left 4 legacy projects. And the 4-lane highway was one. Money was secured. The loan was secured. The Kuwaiti funds were on board. The Kuwaiti fund was on board. What happened? Because it was Dr. Anthony, this guy who is jealous of Dr. Anthony, because he can never be what Dr. Anthony is, he tore it up. And they went and do a magie up there. I mean, up to now, you cannot understand what happened up there. A mile of road for how much? I'll let the Prime Minister talk about it. A mile of road for. But it's back on track. The senior minister will be heading up to Washington. I mean, senior minister, you could take me along with you, as your PR guy. Give me a trip. We'll be going up to sign some loans to come back. And in the meantime, the Norbe Viesiki Road is being expanded. Renault is doing a fantastic job on that. The Monsito, well, I talk about that road because that's the road I mainly use. Monsito, coming down for Riviera meter, piece of carpet. And usually I'm on that road, I'm there by myself. It's a very scenic part of Babono. You could see everything, nice and stuff, carpeted. Don't be afraid, it is wide enough. You know, so those people who feel they don't, you may not know the road, but acquaint yourself. And then the Fall Highway will be tackled again because the QETs and the others are on board. The government is working. Our government is working for we. So, when people tell you the government is doing nothing, balderdash, nonsense. Our government is working. So I promise you, I will update that list because the government has done so much and I've been a little lazy. Well, seriously, time is, this is I haven't, the time. So when I in bed and I'm doing nothing, I'll switch off the TV and I will concentrate on updating the list because I'm sure we can get 120 items that has touched every sector of the society, including you and your relatives, and I shall circulate. The time is up. My technician has not rung the bell yet. He's going to ring the bell very shortly. But I will do that. So in the meantime, we'll acquaint ourselves with what it is doing. Now, ministers, I'm going to call upon you all, because you need to give me the information. I am doing my research on my own, but you need to feed me with what you are doing. I should not have to be working so hard. Shh. Have your PS or somebody in the ministry. I know you have a list. In tourism, we're expecting, record levels, record numbers. We need to know that. And we need to know what is spent. And Kavbat DJ is always in my case. Felena, when you're doing that, they segregate the yachties because the yachties contribute a lot. Sometimes more than what the cruise ships bring in. Because the yachties, they stay for weeks on end, sometimes months. They shop and do everything else. So next week, Tuesday, hopefully, we'll have another nice program where I'll update you as to what the government is doing. Until then, well, see you this afternoon. I still have car troubles. I'm going to see my mechanic now. But see you this afternoon at 12 for the real issues with Shelton Daniel. Until then, have yourself a wonderful day.